Welcome, welcome, welcome! Hi there, I'm Mari and I started this channel so that I could teach you about travel. I love travel, it's one of my favorite things to do. I can't say I'm an expert or that I've traveled that many places, but I want to travel so much more. I love all things related to travel. So a little bit about myself. I grew up in California, born and raised. I'm from the San Francisco area. I went to college in Seattle at the University of Washington. Go Huskies! Woo! Let's see, after college I moved down to LA. I lived in Santa Monica right by the beach. So nice there. This past year, 2013, I moved to New York. Yeah, which I'm so happy. I've wanted to live in New York for so long. I first visited here when I was 16 and I was looking at colleges and I toured NYU. And I was like, this is the best place ever, I love it here! And then I ended up never even applying. But yeah, so basically ever since then, it's been in the back of my mind that I wanted to live in New York at some point in my life. And this past year just turned out to be a good time to do it. Yeah, this past year I was just so fortunate to be able to do some traveling. In the beginning of the year, I went to Thailand for 3 weeks. I traveled all around the country with 3 friends and just had the best time. If you've never been to Thailand, I highly recommend it, and I will be doing a Thailand tips and recommendation video in the future. Let's see, in July is when I moved to New York, and to move out here I road tripped. The 2 states that I loved most on the road trip were Utah and Wyoming. You might not think when you think of the US best states, Utah or Wyoming, but really you should check them out if you're into nature at least. I went to Moab, to Arches National Park, and was just blown away. It's kind of looks like Martian land. It's like red rock and crazy figures. Wyoming I loved. It's just so gorgeous. There's wildlife all over. I saw Old Faithful. That was good. I saw Mount Rushmore, which I always wanted to see. In college I majored in political science, minored in history, so I'm kind of a history nerd. Yeah, that was really cool for me to see. Yeah, just some really beautiful sights along the way. So yeah, I've been living in New York since July. I live in Brooklyn, and I've been just enjoying exploring New York. I feel like I'm still a tourist here sometimes because there's just so much to see that it's almost like an endless amount of things, which is awesome because you can never be bored. In the fall I did a 3.5 week backpacking trip through Europe. I was planning that for so long. I've been wanting to do a backpacking trip through Europe for so many years and finally it just happened. I originally hoped that I could go for a lot longer, but having just moved to New York, I was like, didn't really make sense to go for longer at this point. I just plan to go back again another time. It was the first time I ever traveled alone, and I was kind of excited to do it actually because I actually enjoy being alone and I enjoy just being able to do whatever I want to do. I will have some videos on traveling alone. I think everyone should try it at least once. It's a whole different experience and I think you see a lot more well, not more, but you see things differently than you would if you were with other people. In Europe, some of the highlights were Oktoberfest in Munich. That was amazing. I already want to go back. Yeah, I'll be having some videos about that, tips. Amsterdam was one of my favorite cities. It was so gorgeous. Just, I loved the houseboats and the canals and the architecture. I felt like I was just in like a storybook magic world. And that's not because of things that you might associate Amsterdam with. There's a lot more to the city than that. I also really liked Berlin. Yeah, basically, now thinking about traveling, I just want to travel again. On this channel, you'll be able to find so many things. I want to do a lot of language tutorials, teaching you how to say key phrases in different languages for different places you'll be traveling. I think it's really important to try to learn other languages when you're there. I personally am horrible at languages. And then a lot of times I just get really nervous, even at languages I kind of know, which the only language I kind of know is French, because I took it in school for 5 years, but I still don't know much at all. I still get so nervous, and people still know right away that I'm American. Like when I was at the airport in France, and the guy taking my ticket was like, bonjour. And I was like, oh, bonjour. And then he was like, how are you? I was like, it's like I didn't fool him for a second. No. Yeah, so basically, I want to be a better traveler myself, and I think everyone should know some key phrases when you're in foreign countries. So we're going to try and learn that together. I will help you try and do some packing tutorials, at least. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'll show you how I do it. I'm probably going to try and do some videos about New York for all you tourists who want to come here, or if you want to see a video about moving to New York or things, please just leave suggestions about what you want to see. I want to do different cultural lessons, kind of like, you know, when you're in a different country, like what hand gestures you should use or not use, things like that. So, and I'll be having a lot of guests on who will help teach us things. So 2013 was a fabulous year. It really was. I'm really excited about 2014. I think it's gonna be great. I'm so excited for this channel. I have so many good ideas for videos I want to do, and I'm just really excited about sharing all of my tips with you and learning things together. And if there are any certain videos that you want to see, please leave it in the comments below. I will read all of your comments, and I will really take all your suggestions. So please don't be afraid to comment. And if you want to see more of my videos, then please subscribe. So I look forward to seeing you in the future, and happy 2014 and happy travels!